Hello people, how are you? I am coming to you at 6:52 a.m. Cheers. It seems lately I've been going to bed early and feeling like maybe that isn't I don't feel old, but it's kind of like I can relate to how I viewed my grandparents when they would go to bed around 8 o'clock when I was a kid. They were done. They were done with the day. And they both were early risers. And it fluctuates. The latest I get up is 9. Lately I've been getting up between 7 and 8. So I'm up. Cheers, people. One of the, pardon me for smacking my mouth, I can't help it. I try to, okay? I've actually lost people because they are driven crazy by the sound. I do my best. First cup of the day is always, not always, but usually the best. The best. Okay, so what I intend to do on this video, I got to remember to do it, is I've made another nature based video for another track from the Muse called Monument, and I'm going to embed it in this video, hoping that more of you will watch it. You know, I'll come back after the video is done. I see that only a couple of hundred people watch the videos anymore, and it's like, you're missing out, people. Leastways, that's what I want to share. I want to share this music with you. It's beautiful. It's calming. It's coming from a love point of view. It's coming from love. That's where it's coming from. Got my glow-in-the-dark t-shirt on. Aaron Gum's band. I told you about Aaron and the whole tragedy with his partner committing suicide earlier this year. I love Aaron. So, I'll drop the video in now and I'll be back. Okay, I hope that works. I'd really, like more of you to experience this music that I'm making. Blake stopped by yesterday. Hey, Blake. Turns out that Blake watches my videos, apparently pretty regular. He was asking me about some the uh, the Ahmed album, the electronic tapes record I was showing. What's significant to share about our visit was I got to play for Blake the program that I have laid out for the follow-up to the Muse to get his response to what I'd chosen to see whether or not he wanted to work on it. I got about half of the material played for him, and it was a thumbs up all the way. I don't make no assumptions that he is going to like what I've done. This next follow-up is going to be, as we listened, it was apparent to me that beauty is the focus. There will be some sound work on the follow-up, but it'll be more music. And this music, it's about creating a safe, loving space to be in, to exist in. That's why I say I make the music for me, number one. And as I'm playing the music for Blake yesterday, it was really apparent what this music is about. It's about being in a safe place, a welcome, loving place. That's what this music is about. So that's what's up there. So I thought I'd gotten my mail yesterday. Services are just really strange. I just got in from taking my garbage receptacle out front to get dumped today, and hanging out of my mailbox is a package. I thought I'd got my mail yesterday. It's a good thing nobody stole it. I don't know if Curtis Simpson watches me anymore, but a long time ago, Curtis tried to send me, I'll never forget this, he tried to send me a tortoise single. And we tried to track it. Tracking didn't find it. It was probably stolen. Services are strange. This is not the first time where I thought I got my mail and then I wake up and the mail arrived in the evening or really early. I don't know. Anyway, package from Discus Music. And I'm just getting it, so I'm just now showing it to you. Thank you, Martin Archer, for, again, your help with the Muse, distributing it. And thank you for keeping me on your mailing list for promos to share. New Das Rod. I'm looking forward to this. I have the others, and it kind of like Moon X. It took me a minute to really appreciate what was going on. But here we have a new Das Rod. There's Martin Archer at the top there, doing the shrugging sort of thing. Looking forward to playing this, and I like that cover right away. And I see they're doing a mock-up of Fontana. See that, Discus? Like the old Fontana label. They also come with a one sheet. Martin is totally professional, and kudos to him. Alrighty. Okay, so they got somebody new in the band. What else did he send me? Ron Keynes, who was in East of Eden, is with Martin Archer. It's the Ron Keynes Martin Archer Axis. This is a new one by them, Bluetopia. Looking forward to getting into this. Ron has a distinct voice. Mercator Projected by East of Eden. To me, it's a classic English rock album. Mercator Projected. So, I haven't played these. I'm showing these to you. They just arrived. I just pulled them out of the mail. And the third one here looks like a double disc. Oh, it's a 3 CD set of Anthropology Band live in 2022 at the Newcastle Festival. Anthropology Band, rather. Scald live 2022. Again, looking forward to this. Good graphics. Of course, Martin Archer is on here. And I'm sure I'm familiar with some of these other names. some new music for my day. Thank you, Martin Archer and Viscous Music. So yes, good visit with Blake yesterday. Really glad that Blake is my friend. Young man. I like that young energy. I like that we are good friends now. We can talk pretty much about anything. And so always wishing Blake the best in his endeavors. Played a couple records yesterday while I did some rummaging. Adrian, if you happen to see the Sister Adrian, you and Floyd going through Floyd's storage and finding those old articles of his has tweaked me to jump into my file cabinet, which is where I keep mementos and bills and stuff. I don't have anything to show you all, but I spent the day looking at old letters from my mother and other mementos from past. I've actually kept some of the little things that might seem odd to some of y'all, but I've been touched over the years. My job in mental health has always been more than a job for me. It's always been me really trying to be there. And at different times, patients have given me cards that they've made, particularly the kids, when they would write, when they're leaving, and they would make a card thanking me. I used to keep a lot of them, and I've thrown a lot of them away, but I've kept a few, and when I saw a couple yesterday looking through, I'll get to what I was listening to while doing this in a second. I remembered why, and I've actually had more than once people who are adults now reach out to me through Messenger and also running into them on the streets where they say, "You were just the kindest man when I was in the hospital as a child. I'll just never forget your kindness, because when I was working in psych here in the hospitals in Nebraska in the 70s and 80s, in particular on the teen and the children's units, there was a discipline aspect beyond mental health that was there, where kids were being put in there to discipline them and make them, straighten up because they're entitled, rich, or whatever family didn't want to put up with them. I dealt with a lot of people like that, where it's like they were trapped and treated like scum and branded and labeled, and it wasn't true. I'm glad I could see through that. So while I was looking at some of that stuff yesterday, I listened to some music, like a jukebox. And even though I've recently shown these because I've just bought them, I'll show them again. I listened to this again. I just bought this, Men Indoors, The Hobbits. I bet this is out of Tommy Emmy's collection here in Omaha. Boy, this is good. This is good. There's even a song on here where the woman is getting all, I think it's the one called The Words Get in the Way, where the woman is getting all passionate, and it's almost on the verge of being erotic. It's like, ooh, okay. I'd recently bought this, Orphan Egg, Psych from the 60s. This is good. Except for the last song, Rock Me Baby, which is that stiff white boys trying to play blues. They have no business trying to play the blues. Well, I mean, they're trying to learn it, so that's what I really mean. Is like, okay, you're not there yet. But the rest of the album, where they're expressing what they actually know, their lives, this is very good. Orphan Egg, real good. Thought I was going to just play the last song on here, Stranded by Roxy Music. Love this album. And I love that cover. The last song on here is my favorite, Sunset. So when I put it on, I just put on Sunset. It went down so well. I mean, I love that song, that I ended up playing the whole side And the whole side went down really well, so I turned it over and played side one. Got to see Roxy music back around the time of Manifesto, that tour. Saw them on the Manifesto tour, and they were great. This is my kind of radio. Hawkwind. This is Dark Matter. It's just like, I'd have to look up what these tracks are. 2011 to 2018. As I was listening to this, when I first bought this used, I was disappointed. I thought this was like just some throwaway shit. I wasn't in the mood, is really what it came down to. I love Hawkwind. Saw them live when Lemmy was still in the band. The cosmic background interference, yeah. So this went down well yesterday. It was like, oh boy, this is much better than I thought. You know, I wasn't in the mood when I got it. I love Hawkwind. This was really enjoyable. Now this next record I played actually distracted me from my rummaging to the point that I started just listening. Loaded a bowl, yeah, smoked a bowl, and really got into the Dark album by Wigwam. Now what stood out for me yesterday, listening to this is a reissue. I had an original, God only knows why I sold it. That's where it's like, man, I was out of my mind. It was on the Love label. I kept my other Wigwam label albums. Why did I sell this one? I don't know. What came through yesterday was paying attention to Jim Pembroke's lyrics. What a clever man. You know, his he doesn't sound at all like Joni Mitchell, but what I noticed was his ability to talk to you like he's talking to you, but make it rhyme at the same time, and then how clever some of the lines were. It's like, dang, what a mind. Horace's aborted ripoff scheme. That is hilarious. Love the music. Always love the music. But yesterday, the lyrics caught my, not for the first time, but more than usual. A lot of times when I'm listening to music, the lyrics just float on by. It'll be the entire picture that's really catching me. Okay. Had been a while since I played any Sakamoto. So this is a compilation, Favorite Visions. Some of you folks might recognize this cover. Herbie Hancock, who Sakamoto and Hancock were on the same label for the longest, CBS Columbia. They used this very same image for a Herbie Hancock album. I have it, but I'm not going to go looking for it. This was enjoyable because this is a mixture of some of the tracks he did with Kazumi Watanabe. So there's some a bit of the jazz funk, Japanese version of jazz funk on here. And there's also a music, MWSIK Part 1 is, I forget what album it's originally from, but it's a sound work. And it's like, it's so good, I actually forgot who I was listening to. I said, who am I listening to? I looked out and said, Sakamoto. Yes, a reminder of why Sakamoto is still at the top of my list of artists that I love and whose music just, it does it for me. So it was nice to hear some Sakamoto. If you happen to see this, friend, I've forgotten your name, but a young black man a while back, we actually Zoomed once. He asked to talk to me, and it felt right, so I agreed to, and I'm glad I did. Conversation went well. But he sent me some BCLT a while back, and so I played it yesterday. Rather than playing the released version, I played the test pressing. He sent me Opeth's Pale Communion test pressing, y'all. Yeah, I'm being silly. To me, this is awful cool. You know, it's like, to someone, this is very valuable, okay? And I'm not about to sell this. This is for my nephews. Get this money, y'all. Hopefully, you know, whenever that happens, that this will still be worth something. But what I noticed, because I have the Pale Communion actual release. It's a slightly different, and that's what's cool about test pressings. This is a slightly different. I don't want to misspeak. Is it less compression? Is it the way it's cut? But I noticed, played both records all the way through, and this is Opeth stretching out. Tired of being a growly metal band, fully embracing progressive rock. There's strings on here. Complicated changes. It's really good. And Michael Ackerfeld was still, I'd say, getting his feet being an actual singer and then a growler on this album. But that was enjoyable. That's what I played yesterday. So there's some music for you. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and stop because this is going to be long. And the process of adding that other video to this will make the process longer. So let me do that now before I forget. Talk to me, people. I enjoy hearing from you. I hope you're doing well, everyone. Family. I'm glad that my sister has found, I don't know that it's actually a job. Maybe it's a job, but she's doing something where she's getting some income. It's some kind of program. I don't know. But her schedule is different, so she's not watching me every day. Whenever you see this, Stephanie, hope you're doing well. Everybody, be well. And I guess the personal message is, find reasons to accept and love yourself more and more. Stop being fooled if you're the sort of person who's always looking for it outside of yourself. So stop looking for others to approve of you, especially if you don't approve of yourself. If you don't see yourself clearly and honestly, you're not being fooled through others isn't going to work. Is it? You're important. Love yourself. Take care.